Welcome to Inside the NCAA. I'm Jeremy Villanueva. The NCAA Convention is coming up January 19th through 22nd. It will be a busy week for Division III. In addition to a vote on the NCAA Constitution, there will be other business-related events going on in Division III. Today I'm joined by Louise McCleary, Interim Vice President of Division III. Louise, how are you?
Jeremy, I'm doing really well. It's exciting to do this in person. We've been doing everything virtually for over a year and a half now.
Yep. What's it been like gearing up? I mean, this will be the first time National SAC, Management Council, and President's Council have met in person since the 2020 convention.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to say it actually feels a little normal, and that you don't get to say very often, but we're gearing up. I know that our councils, our student athletes, our membership, everybody is excited to come to Indianapolis, to be in person. This is really one of the biggest events for governance, and to have a full legislative schedule, a full week of activities. Everything I've heard from our membership, we have high registration numbers. They're excited to come and to participate in the 2022 NCAA Convention.
Now, take us through that day-to-day governance work. So Management Council will meet that first day on the Wednesday, and then it wraps up with Saturday's annual business session. There's an additional business session on that Thursday, so just kind of take us day by day what to expect within the division.
I sure will. So we actually start on Tuesday because we bring in our national SAC on Tuesday. So it's our primary and our associate members. So we're looking at about 43 students. Keep in mind, the majority of them have never seen each other in person. So how neat will that experience be? So they're going to meet all day Tuesday. Then we move into Wednesday and we have our Management Council meeting. That is an all-day meeting. And then on the next day, we have President's Council. Both councils will have very similar topics in front of them. Obviously, they're going to talk about the new Constitution and ways that we can look at that Constitution and how it's going to benefit our membership. But also, we've had the Gender Equity Review in front of the NCAA. They want to make sure that they are up to date on the most recent changes with Phase 2, so they're going to look at that. And then we have our own legislative slate, as we're going to talk about a little bit later, but they'll look at that as well. And then, per usual, they'll look at all those committee reports, association-wide reports, because they're looking to say, okay, what action do we need to take, and how do we move forward on behalf of our membership? So that's Wednesday and Thursday. You hinted at it. We then have the association-wide vote Thursday afternoon. Again, as somebody who loves governance, it's a neat experience, I think, when all three divisions come together and vote on something. This will be the second time in 5 years that we've done it. We did it a few years ago about the independent members on the Board of Governors. We will have that vote. Immediately following that vote, each division, including Division III, will go into division-specific business sessions. And the reason why, we hope that the Constitution is adopted, and then that creates us to take some other action that Thursday afternoon in regard to that adoption. Our President's Council is putting forward a resolution to the whole membership. They will have that opportunity Thursday afternoon to vote on that resolution. Friday, our issues forum, and then we wrap up on Saturday morning with our business session. A very full week that we are really excited about.
A very fun-filled week, to say the least.
That's right.
So with that Saturday's annual business session, there will be 9 legislative proposals that the membership will vote on. One school, one vote. Take us through just kind of some of that legislative slate. What will the membership be voting on?
Absolutely. So of those 9 proposals, I'm going to hit on 3 or 4. So there's a football proposal. It came from some of recommendations from the Sports Science Institute about head impacts. And so this looks at football holistically. It's reduction for some of the activities of contact in the preseason and the regular season. But for the first time ever, it's also saying, should there be an allowance for helmets and shoulder pads on some days in the spring? Football, usually we vote on it every 3 or 4 years. It's pretty exciting that it's coming back as a full package this year for the membership to vote on. We also have a membership sponsor proposal about the membership using the Eligibility Center to certify international student athletes. The sponsors have said that this would really help reduce the burden on our compliance officers in that space. It's another proposal that we'll be looking at. One that is interesting, again, it's coming from the membership, is around eligibility for student athletes. Right now for students, as soon as they practice the day after a competition, they lose their season of eligibility. What this would say is you keep your eligibility as long as you don't compete during the season. So that's a big one. And then we finish up with 2 companion proposals. One is for a multi-conference being able to reduce from 7 to 6 to get the automatic qualification to championships. And then for single sport conferences, instead of having 7 to form a single sport conference, it'd be 6. So aligning those 2 numbers together. And then we have some other proposals that will also be very, I think, interesting for our membership. Allows us to turn the page. Again, I think our members really enjoy coming together. Everybody gets a vote to be able to vote on those legislative proposals on Saturday morning.
Now we have the exciting stuff happening on the business session side, but there are some other things that happen for the division during convention week. It's an exciting time for the One Team Recognition Awards, and I know y'all have some other events that happen. Take us through some of those other things that maybe not everybody recognizes happens during convention week.
Happy to do that. So Division III right now has the LGBTQ of the Year Awards. We do it for student athletes, administrators, staff, coaches, and then an institution. We did it last year, but it was all virtual. So this year we get to recognize our 2nd year of recipients, but we get to do it in person. We're also going to stream it. That'll be Friday evening. But Jeremy, also what's interesting is this year is a decade of inclusion with Special Olympics. That's our partnership. We are so excited to celebrate that. We will have a Special Olympics athlete come to our issues forum on Friday and speak. They will also speak to our student athletes, and that will be a theme throughout the entire convention. We welcome back for the first time in person after a year hiatus, our ADR Institute and our Student Immersion Program. And I didn't mention on Friday morning we have our issues forum. It's where we bring our division together. What we were planning on doing no matter what, but the Constitution has probably put a sharper focus on it, is what's next for Division III. How do we come together as a division and strategically think about what is the best way to position ourselves? That issues forum, we're going to look at our membership survey that will be going out in early February and ask the members, are we asking the right questions? Do we understand the right issues that you're facing on your campuses and on your conferences? And let's make sure we come together as a division. I think the last year and a half have been so hard on everyone that we're hoping that this event helps us start that path to figuring out what's best and how we can move forward in Division III.
Well, thank you so much, Louise. It's definitely an exciting week for Division III, and thank you for letting me steal some of your time during this busy season.
Anytime, my pleasure.
That's it for Inside the NCAA. Thank you for joining us.